Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Fire Emblem Three Houses. So yeah, this bit's quite funny, because I checked the stats, but as if it was a little bit off from one-shotting Rhea. But now, yeah, with Luna, literally it's like, if she misses, she's fucked. Yeah.
With no hope of salvation.
Yeah.
For the sin of insurgency.
Okay, you see how crazy Rhea's on. It's like, she just hates you all now. It's like, some of us didn't even, like, again, we didn't, like, again, hell, some of the Black Eagles didn't even invade the church. Yeah, it's a good thing Lysithea struck. Again, that's how strong she is. She's just like, yeah, fucking one-shot Rhea, because fuck you. But doing so is actually, you know, useful, because the reinforcements, some of them retreat. Yeah.
Please retreat.
Yeah, Rhea's losing it, and again, when I looked at the preview for this, oh my god, she really does by the last chapter, and we'll see it in this thing, she's fucking losing it. But this also makes me think back to, like, you know, because Edelgard here, it's like, it's actually funny because right before you fight Rhea, she says, she does offer, will you surrender? And obviously Rhea says no. But it shows that Edelgard is not like blood hungry. She just wants to change the, the social structure of Fodland and those in charge. But she's not blood hungry. Which makes me think and wonder, like, how Three Houses would be if you had, like, depending on who instigated. Because obviously, we know how Edelgard is, and because she's instigated, and it makes sense given her motivations. But, like, what if Claude suddenly, out of nowhere, decided to be the antagonist? How do you think everyone else would respond to that? Obviously, like, Edelgard would probably, I'd imagine Edelgard would probably just, like, you know, say no. Because, again, she like, the Alliance, maybe she would be like, you know, because they're the weakest territory, she would, like, happily fight against them. It's like, no, you know, I know this seems weird, but she would be kind of like, I'll, you know, the put you in your place type thing. I imagine Dimitri might be quite similar too. It's like, you know, the Alliance, you know, you're causing war for all this out of, like, really selfish desires just to wish to be on top. But then again, Claude might do it because he's, like, the Alliance is seen as so weak and they've been oppressed, so to speak. So yeah, this bit happens to do. If you don't kill Dimitri straight out of the gate, this happens, and it's quite a tragic end for Dedue. I mean, again, it's like, I get his like, it's kind of noble, but at the same time, it's one of those, oh boy. Yeah, he kind of, yeah, he'll go nuts. He turned himself into a giant fucking monster. And for what it's worth, you know, he's a fucking difficult monster because he's huge. But again, it's kind of fitting that Dedue would go out of his way because, again, well, Dimitri and Dedue kind of need each other. So seeing Dedue go out of his way to actually turn himself into a monster in order to win, it's very fitting of him. Yeah, again, he hurts, but he's slow, and Edelgard can take the hits. Again, she could take it, yeah, and then she could just recover HP. Well, some of it. Again, it's interesting to contemplate, like, how Three Houses would be different, because each lord is flawed and stuff like that. Like, again, if Rhea was the one instigating, like, maybe, I don't know. But again, it's also to do with motivations. Rhea would have no reason to instigate, and neither would really Dimitri. Claude I can kind of see, but not that much. Edelgard has the biggest motivation to do so. So obviously, I'm basing this on trying to work around how their motivations could go. Like, why would Dimitri feel the need to, whatchamacallit, like, start war? Why would, think? I mean, unless the Church of Sorrow started war for maybe, I don't know, maybe Rhea got, like, maybe there was an event, Rhea got scared that they're getting too powerful, or something like that. I don't know, maybe because they get their hands on, like, a lot of sacred relics, and Rhea gets really scared, so she declares war. But that's just her trying to sustain thing, and also worried about, yeah, broke his armor, worried about, you know, that these lot getting, because again, if you abuse the sacred relics, tragedy strikes. So she might have done that. You know, that would be maybe her motivation. Again, I'm just kind of throwing stuff at the wind here. Dimitri, I don't know. Maybe Dimitri, it's a case of I don't know. Because I'm trying to think. Like, what would Dimitri's motivation be? To go against everyone, not just the Empire. And even if the Empire didn't start anything. Like, again, there are those who sliver in the dark, but they're mostly associated with the Empire. Again, I'm trying to wonder, like, how would it work? I don't think we have enough to kill Dedue on the first phase. We just have enough to get him down like a health bar or two. Thick. That's a good level up, actually. Because again, yeah, Dimitri, that's the thing. Dimitri's motive, a lot of Dimitri's character is due in part to the fact that, oh wow, Dorothea really hurt him, is due to the fact that, what's its face? Edelgard was the Flame Emperor. Because even then, because again, if Dimitri is not at the bit where he doesn't lose himself the same way, because he only hears about it, he doesn't see it for himself. So obviously that varies. So again, like, why would, I'm just trying to think, like, again, Dimitri has the least reason to start a war. Oh, there's another one. Like, again, Claude I can kind of get, Rhea I might be able to get. Yeah, it's obviously don't want all of them to transform. So again, it kind of pushes you to move quickly, but at the same time, you don't want to be too quick in case you get overrun. Again, think. Again, don't worry, I'll get to it. I'm trying to think of a reasonable motivation for Dimitri to instigate war. Like, based on what's happened. Obviously, there's the tragedy of Dusker and stuff. Maybe that might be it. He might try to instigate war to do a similar thing to Edelgard. Maybe so that this type of classism and racism is no longer a thing throughout the world. So that could be it. But even then, there's you know, and like, you know, stuff like that. But even then, like, if that was the case, Edelgard would easily, again, I can see Edelgard, if that was the case, Edelgard and Dimitri would easily just back each other up. Like, again, if they were had to, it's like, Dimitri's like, I'm fighting to free-fold them from this really awful hierarchy and this, you know, all this, prejudice. Edelgard would be like, alright, cool, let's do it. And it's interesting just to contemplate three houses and things could have been different depending on who would have struck first and so on. Again, look at that, 42 damage. Also, Ingrid fighting Dedue, because of course. Again, it's just a little bit funny, because, you know, well, it was their initial support. She was kind of a little racist towards him. I think, yeah. Oh, yeah, just has enough damage.
Hammer down!
Oh, good night, Dedue. Oh, he's got ice in his fucking throat. That's disgusting. What is it, Bloodborne enemy? But yeah, it's sad to see Dedue go, but him going out like a giant monster, well, he already was a giant monster. Oh yeah, and I got Aegis. Yeah. Again, maybe they could have moved out to the Gold or Silver Knight. Who knows? But it is making me think, because I did remember that there are like other classes like Darkflyer coming out with the Ashen Wolves DLC. And again, I'm sorry, Flame was practically born to be a Darkflyer. And I imagine Marianne would be great because of her Lance rank and so on. So, you know, Darkflyers and so on. And maybe if you want to do a more magic-focused Ingrid, that could really work. Obviously, Petra wouldn't really work because of the thing. And even Dorothea, maybe, even though her flying rank is bad. So, yeah. It'd be interesting to see just, you know, how this changes things. I still would have loved to see more classes like, you know, maybe Malik Knight. Because, again, Annette and Edelgard just practically begging to be Malik Knights. That would be so good. Yeah, set this motherfucker on fire, because why not? Right. And it's just really interesting to contemplate, so on. But actually, there was a point I was going back to with, because I remember, like, I think it was like 1 or 2 parts ago, I was going on about paralogs and how, like, dependently on ass backwards they are. I think other games have done it better where, well, in the case of Awakening, it's more of a case of which child unit do you get. But you also get some early on in the game, and the stipulations just beat a chapter and stuff like that. And you get some stuff for it, like the Anamon, you do it consecutively to recruit her, but each time you get like a bonus treasure. So again, it's relatively easy to unlock, and it's also, you know, you get decent stuff for it, but it's not like majorly huge. It's the same with FE7. Like, you know, with the Genesis chapter, yeah, you learn about I can't remember his name, but you learn about that thing, but he's not plot important. He's just there. But you know, at the same time, unlocking it isn't that difficult. All you've got to do is make sure you get more kills than Pent, or more experience than Pent. And yeah, Pent's great, but you know, it's easy enough to rescue him, and you don't have to worry about him getting killed. So, again, and you know, or you get an extra chapter for it, but it's not imperative. Whereas some of the Free Houses ones, like if you don't do it, you lose out on quite a bit. Not huge amounts, but quite a bit. So again, I think with the, again, like I said, I think Free Houses, say goodbye to this guy. Well, at least one of his health bars. So yeah, I think Free Houses, again, in some areas felt a bit rushed and like, not, it's not that they didn't plan it out, just they didn't think it through the best that they could. Sorry, what's, oh yeah, I think it's breaking his armor. Because again, that's why I'm doing so little damage. Again, I wonder why these things have face, again, could this be like a symbol of like, you know, what they were human before, and those faces are maybe just like their skin molded into it? And yeah, Brave Axe, because fuck you. Oh, love me a good Brave weapon. Yeah, I'm now much more privy to using, what do you call it? The more effective weapons, more thing. Because again, back then, especially when I first played Fire Emblem, I was very, 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 very anal when it came to using those weapons. But now I'm way more active in doing it, and you know, it should do, because again, not only are they easy to get, but they can be repaired in this game, so it's well easy. It's like using like the Sword of Creator. You can fix it, you know. It's, you know, it's not impossible to fix the damn thing. Okay, there's another health bar down. So yeah, and Dimitri's just like, oh god, damn it. And there he goes. Do I get level up? Oh no, but oh, thank you, Caspar. Again, just jumped out of the way. I wanted to show, yeah, because they did like a dual power up attack. Oh yeah, one of these ones. God's sake. Again, they're fucking everywhere. But like I said, the map is like comprises of multiple boss fights, and it's cool. And it does escalate, because first you go from Sylvain, and then you get Dedue, and then Seros, and then finally Dimitri. Yep. I think this one I just straight up kill. And god damn it, Petra. What is it with you and this break? I should have given the brave blast much earlier. So yeah, that's one down. I reckon Dorothea will probably dance. Yeah. And then just get the next one. I'm not sure. Or maybe... No, I doubt... usually those have better resistance. Yeah, like I said, just dance again and get Petra to go. Double or no... sorry, yeah, definitely double. Critical, that's it. Critical or no critical? Boom. And there they go. Also, again, nice detail. They got lions on their chest. Maybe that's reflective of the blue lions? I don't know.
I'm glad I can count on you.
So yeah, there's the last to hit. Oh yeah, he got Vantage. Yeah, again, they get this... And again, another thing that's cool about the beast is that they get skills as you beat them. So it gives them a bit of a chance as well. Like, they get, like, you know, Armored Blow, Darting Blow, Death Blow, and so on. So yeah, we just go and get this treasure and see what it is. So we got the Brave Axe, sweet, and we got the Brave Bow. So, yeah. So first it's, yeah.
Did you choose Edelgard? Why did you choose
Again, he seems more upset than angry. Yeah. It's like, why did you choose?
this feeling of regret?
Yeah, it's regret. It's like, why couldn't you choose us? And stuff like that. Again, we have our reasons. Because, well, for one thing, we were with Edelgard, so that helps. And again, fucking hell, Dimitri's going to hurt. Yeah. But again, everyone's walking down the bloody path regardless, so yeah.
Did you continue to conquer?
Continue to kill? You know, they both bring up good, yeah.
Continue to reconquer.
It's like, why are you fighting? Like, why are you fighting? Why are you choosing this thing? It's like, why are you retaliating so desperately? You know, if you surrendered, you know, yeah, and yeah, and Dimitri's speaking more logically this time. She is building a future built on corpses. Yeah, it's for a quote-unquote good cause, and holy shit,
Hammer down!
god damn, that had to hurt, like really badly. But as you can see, like, you know, obviously, Edelgard's trying to do what she thinks is best, but Dimitri pointing out, you know, you do realize there's so much blood and bloodshed caused by you. And I can still get behind Edelgard's motivations, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that she's absolutely wrong, but she's definitely not absolutely right, and Dimitri does point out. And I'm sure in the other one, Edelgard's probably going to point out how he lost his way and he gave into the madness. It's like, you know, you're just as guilty, Dimitri. They're both just as guilty parties. Yeah.
Edelgard.
Yeah. And you can see how he's slipping more and more the more she's around. And it is unfortunate.
You will know the regret of my father, who was killed for you.
Again, did Edelgard... Oh, for you, yeah.
Who was slain by your own daughter.
Did she actually kill them?
Bow your head before all of them.
Again, I think Dimitri's kind of like, again, I think his mind is skewed just to make her look worse. Yeah. Where it's like, he hasn't actually done any of this.
Obsession with me is appalling. If you were a normal human, you would most certainly have done.
But again, she does bring up a good point about Dimitri. It's like, come on, Dimitri, you're just being ridiculous now. And that's why she's letting him go.
Only we were born in a time of peace.
Yeah, again, if it was a different time, it could have been better. They could have easily worked together, but Dimitri can't let it go. It's just, yeah. But this is a really bittersweet thing for Dimitri because, yeah, he does die. And even though he says to the fire of eternity with you, he calls her L. And that shows that he still, deep down, has that little bit of love left for her. And I think that's really sweet. Where killing him, like, you know, it's a release for Dimitri. He can be at peace. And even though he's so filled with hatred and madness, there's that tiny bit of love left for Edelgard. Right at the very end, he called her by her name. Well, what she likes to be called. I think that's a very sweet way to end it, where, again, he, you know, it was upsetting that the fact that he died and, you know, the stuff like that. But as you can see, when it comes to Edelgard, Dimitri's mostly, like, again, when he's around other people, Dimitri's mostly okay. It's just Edelgard makes him go absolutely nuts, and obviously because of that, it's hard. You know, it's difficult for her to like work with him or anything like that. Yeah.
With these very hands.
So, my God.
Wait
Yeah.
for me, dear mother.
It is very upsetting, and then we're going to see Rhea just lose it more and more and more. But again, it's just interesting to see like these characters, what the directions they go down. And I'm interested to see what Edelgard goes through and so on, like in the Blue Lions route and so on. And even then, we'll see here. It's not like Edelgard isn't happy about doing this. She even like again, she doesn't admit it, but she basically cries over the fact that Dimitri died. Because again, she's already upset that she's had to do so much. but having to kill Dimitri, who was like a brother to her. So, you know, and it she also probably feels worse because she's the reason he's going so insane. It's not like outside factors that she could help him with. She's the cause of his madness. She's the main catalyst. And again, it's like, you know, when you want to help someone but they hate you so much, it's like, oh my god. You know, for her it probably feels awful.
Yes,
I wanted to help him.
The thirst for revenge that imprisoned him was the result of my uncle's strategy. He believed that I was the cause of everything.
Yeah, again, Edelgard probably wasn't the cause, but he didn't listen. Yeah, like if Edelgard told him the truth about what happened, then probably Dimitri was willing to listen, then he could probably understand better. Whether or not he sided with her, I don't think so. I still think he would be against her. What do you call it? But as you can obviously see by the thing, she was obviously very upset. Obviously, the thing, but he might have surrendered, or he might have tried to reason with her better and stuff like that. But he wouldn't have lost it. But it was done. It was probably done that way. Like Dimitri lost it. It's probably done that way to make Edelgard seem like the bad guy and probably make Dimitri more susceptible to her advances, as in, you know, wartime advances, not sexual advances. I can't even imagine Edelgard trying to sexually advance on someone. I'm sorry. I know that would never happen between those two. It's just the concept of it just sounds so silly. Oh god. Like, you see Edelgard just like stroking Dimitri gently. He's just there like blushing. It's like, no, and it's like, no, it's like in another universe, Edelgard and Dimitri as support. Oh no, it doesn't work like that. So yeah, now we're finally at the end game. We've actually only got 2 parts left because the last chapter I had to split into 2 parts because again, like this one, it was just quite long and I didn't want to drag it out for unnecessary, but also make the final part way too short. Otherwise, we basically will have an hour-long part, and I'm not doing that. So yeah, but yeah, so yeah, there's no like convoy or anything. We just go straight into it. Yeah.
Finally arrived.
Oh yeah, you're still here, you fucking asshole.
Very long road.
Well, it's been a very, very long road. Actually, this is the shortest of all the chapters. You know, Edelgard's face, like, the point, she looks surprised. Like, this is the shortest pathway, you fucking idiot.
The very moment that humans will finally be free from the control of that false
Again,
beast
what a fucking asshole. I cannot stand him.
Behold to your heart's
And obviously, Edelgard's going along with it for now, but you can tell within her voice and the way she speaks that she does not trust him. It's like, as soon as this war's over, I'm going to cut your head off, because fuck you.
Fight is over, a world completely controlled by the Empire.
But even then, it's kind of like, you know...
Not completely. I will only do what I must.
Yeah, I mean, again, Edelgard doesn't seem like the type of person, because,
No.
And, like, she doesn't seem the type of person who wants world conquest. It's more so, I want to beat those in power. It's just the whole world is against me in doing so. Because, again, the alliance is split, and the kingdom and the Church of Ceres are together against each other. But that also makes me think, because at the end of the day, no matter what you do in Three Houses, one of the sides win, and the other, like, nations lose. So even if you win as the Thing, even if you win as Thing, the Empire and the people there lose out on their homeland. If you do it as Golden Deer, I imagine, like, I don't know about Golden Deer, but I assume, you know, that happens the same. It's the same with Church of Ceres. Either way, somebody loses. Nobody really wins in this game. Well, we do, but yeah. And yeah, this is an interesting plot point too, because again, Edelgard's more of a realist. She did think, realistically speaking, I didn't think you would join me, just because, you know, what I'm doing is very extreme, and it is, I am inciting war. But, you know, she's very, very, again, that's probably why her characterization, she's a lot softer and just like, again, why so many people really gravitate towards Edelgard in her pathway. Because, you know, you joining with her meant so much to her because she doubted it from the start. It's like, yeah, you were my teacher, but this plan was ridiculous. I didn't even think my other friends would join me, so it makes that much of a difference. The fact that you do join her, and the fact that you're fighting by her side, it means a lot to her, because again, it's like, she does value you, she does appreciate you, but she's looking at situations like, I'm starting war, it's unlikely they're going to join me. Like, again, I've got Hubert by my back, because he's all down with this, but the Professor, and again, she's even not surprised if you choose to slow. It's like, oh, well, it's come to this, I knew this would happen. Yeah.
It meant making an enemy of you. And yet... you came to my aid.
Yeah, of all things. Because again, like, Rhea kind of like, you know, she was the one kind of like, not controlling you, but she kind of had a stranglehold on you.
But I was also confused.
Yeah.
I thought that perhaps it wasn't the path you were meant
to
take.
I get the feeling that you could have chosen 3 other pathways. Again, and I like that Three Houses, because of the way it's written, there is no canonical thing. Unlike Fire Emblem Fates, where Revelations was basically the canonical pathway. Here it feels like everything is just out in the open. It's just like, this is Fire Emblem What If. This is What If, you know. Whereas, you know, the other one is actually 3 houses, if you think about it. Because there's 3 pathways, but one of them is the correct house. And in this one, there are 4 pathways, and it's just a big fat what if scenario.
One person in this world who can share the heavy burden on
And it probably also helps that she's got, you know, you and everyone else to help carry this burden, which is probably why she's able to go through with it and still, you know, not give in, not give up, probably still remain relatively, you know, still remain true to herself. Stuff like that. But yeah, we're at the end game, and I don't know why, but so many people that I heard from could not. I heard Silver Snow so much worse. Alright, from what I hear, Silver Snow has the worst endgame, and Golden Deer has the best endgame. That's what I hear. But I heard a lot of people didn't like the Black Eagles endgame, but I'm sorry, this is probably one of my favorite endgames in Fire Emblem I've ever played. I really like it. And again, I like other endgames too. I like Radiant Dawn's endgame. I really like, I like FE7's endgame. I actually quite liked Echo's endgame. When you fight against Duma, I thought that was a pretty good endgame. But other ones, you know, didn't like Binding Blade's endgame. Sacred Stones was way too easy. Path of Radiance's, okay. It's only good on hard mode. Shadow Dragon's endgame I barely remember. Haven't reached FE4's yet. Fate's endgame sucks. And to be fair, the Ankles fight isn't too bad, but Fate's endgame sucks. And Awakening's endgame sucks too. Yeah. So obviously Edelgard's like, throw down your weapon. She's not so bloodthirsty as to just go, no, like, let's kill them all. It's like, look, we've won so much already. You guys are kind of backed into a corner. Let's just chill. Let's just, like, you know, I'll give you a chance to surrender. You still have a chance.
Or rather, Lady Saros.
Yeah. And see, this bit is where we really see Saros start to, you know, because even Catherine's like, you know, should we really do this? Yeah, there are other options. And obviously, you know, she was, Saros is not giving up.
Even if it must split the heavens, we
yeah.
shall not.
I mean, granted, you know, she has a deep hatred for them, so it's probably clouding her vision. Yeah. And they're cool. It's like, cool, we'll still fight alongside you. It's just, you know, we have a better plan. But then Rhea goes and does this. And again, yeah, you can see how far Rhea goes in the fact that when you really break it down, she doesn't care for human life. Yeah. Oh, yeah, let's just set fire to people. So it's like, yeah, because again, she, at the end of the day, I mean, she can be nice, don't get me wrong, but it's like, when you really break it down and get, you know, when you really break it down to her core, she doesn't really care. But remember, she's a different species, yeah. But even the way she talks to Catherine right now, it's like, Catherine is one of your most loyal subjects and someone who practically loves you, and you literally tell her to shut the fuck up. Yeah. It's like, oh my god, Rhea. And you could, yeah, you don't have to tell. It's kind of, Dimitri kind of did the same thing where he was being a dick to everyone. But Rhea did the same thing too, and Catherine, like, you know, Catherine practically loved you. And you're just being like this? It's like, god damn it, woman, you are evil. But again, that's because of how far she's gone. But again, it just shows. Like, again, I doubt this will happen, but I'm interested to see if in the other pathways, like Blue Lions, like, you know, Edelgard is really desperate, so she has a massive go at Huber. But again, she wouldn't do in most cases, and I don't know if she'll do it here in that pathway too, because she's not the type of person to get so emotionally riled up. Yeah.
Then we attack.
Yeah, so all ready for the end game, and oh boy, this has been a fun journey. Again, I'll get into my final thoughts on Three Houses on the last pathway, but you guys already probably know what I feel about the game. I'll get more into it, but you know how I feel about it. And Three Houses has only gotten, alright, again, like any Fire Emblem game, playing more of it, going through Blue Lines, there's stuff I've noticed that is worse, but there's also stuff I've noticed that is definitely better, and the better's definitely outweighing it, but yeah.
Do that, and we'll witness the birth of a
and again, she wants everyone to survive.
I want to see it with all of you.
She's just not like, it isn't just for me, I want all of us. Because again, some of these people could really benefit from a new world, like Dorothea and stuff like that. And some people have benefited, like Bernadetta's being able to be free from her father's really helped. And, you know, Caspar too, to a certain extent. Having the, you know, Bridget has been able to, has kind of helped Bridget. Because now that, like, instead of having to fight, obviously, either way, Petra would either defeat the Empire because they didn't have good ties, or make the ties stronger, which might be better in the long run. Dorothea would, you know, the crest system no longer being a problem, Dorothea can probably have a better life, and so on. So yeah, it's just a really, you know, and again, I like the Black Eagle house, they do feel close. Yeah, but after, yeah, it feels good, you know, Black Eagles do like a very close house. I mean, Blue Lions felt that too, but, you know, Black Eagles do like a very close house. I mean, Blue Lions felt that too, but, you know, Black Eagles do like a very close house. I mean, Blue Lions felt that too, but, you know, Black Eagles do like a very close house. I mean, Blue Lions felt that too, but, I don't know. Well, that's more so because Dimitri's lost himself. They didn't feel as close, because it felt like everyone... It felt more so that people were in their own groups rather than a whole full community. Black Eagles feel like more of a community, but obviously the ties aren't as strong. Whereas, like, you know, Mercedes and Annette are really strong. Dedue and Dimitri are really strong, and whereas like Felix, Sylvain, and Ingrid are really strong, but all within those small fields. Whereas here, it feels like more of an equilibrium, and I like that. Granted, some are stronger than others, like obviously Hubert and Caspar and Linhart, Hubert and Edelgard, all that stuff. But obviously, it feels a bit more evil. It's time to kick some ass. And Edelgard is not fucking around. And then again, neither is Rhea. Okay, so thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in. It was a sad part. We got to see Dedue and Dimitri fall. But next time, it's the second to last part. We're going to be taking out the rest of the Blue Lions. We're going to be facing off against the rest of the enemies. And we're going to take on Rhea and have one hell of a finale, which I'll get into next time. Until then, thank you all very much for watching. I will see you next time. Get ready for the finale. Take care and have a wonderful day.